Listen, y'all, it has been brought to my attention that a lot of the things that you may be faced with, the difficulties in your life, could be coming from your father's side. Do you hear me? Some of the things that your father did, yeah, all that negative stuff, cheating on women, doing the, if you had a father that was like that, that did anything that contradicted being a good person on this earth, some of those things can follow the child. Of course, we know in the word it says the sins of the father falls on the child, right? And some people don't really think that, but it's in the word. And sometimes if you look back at it, you may have to just kind of consider that. Like, you have to kind of think about it. Get that in your mind, like, okay, maybe that is what it is. Girl, you done came up with something. Like, for real, this is something. This is something. I was watching a TikToker today, and they were speaking about all of this. And it was brought to my attention because I started to think, like, why in the world would my life be the way that it is? I was thinking that, like, I've been thinking it, several times. But I realized that, see, some people's fathers are really good people. They did what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do as a father. They're doing what they're supposed to do as a human being, period. They're doing what's right by people. So they have a, smooth life. But some of these fathers out here have done some things that have really, 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 they have to really think about. Is this why their child is the way that they are? Because, baby, child, when I tell you about my biological father, baby, don't give me the talking. They called him a womanizer. It was a lot of things that happened. He even had a wife. He's had several different wives. And I don't really like to put everybody's business out there, but I just want to tell you this because it really makes sense. Had a wife who committed because he was cheating on her. And when I tell you, this woman was such a beautiful woman, and she made sure all of his kids got together. Like, we would have Christmases together, Easters, all of that, like different stuff, we would be together. She made sure of it. She even got along with my mama, child, like, for real. But it was crazy when we heard about it. It was on the news. Like, this is stuff that has been, like, this is crazy, right? And baby, if we look at this type of stuff, like things like that, this man caused grief and pain to a lot of people. Heartbreak after heartbreak. And I had to think about it. What in the world? We might be onto something. We got to break these generational curses, because that's what these men create. And I'm not against the men, baby, because women be doing some stuff out there too. But in this video, we're talking about the fathers, the men. And we have to understand that there's something that has to be broken. It's time for us to break this cycle, because we don't need our children going through these things either. Once you learn how to break those generational curses, you will know that, listen, I got the power to stand on business when it comes to this spiritual stuff. Because we got to learn how to break it, baby, because we don't want our children going through the same thing that their fathers went through, or that they did. The karma that their father has. All right, let's look at this video, y'all. We about to get into it. Y'all about to be shocked. Like, just come on, let's watch together.
I want y'all to start looking at every funny move you make and think of it as a demon attaching itself to your kids. Because I'm seeing a lot of people say that Diddy's daughters are going to be okay, nothing's going to happen to them, what he did has nothing to do with them, and that's true. Everything he's done, those kids are innocent. They have nothing to do with it. But life does not work that way. If you think that you can just be out here moving dirty and grimy and weird, and you think that it won't have some sort of bearing on your children, you're crazy. Because as a woman, who growing up had a father actively involved, my dad, there's never a time my dad wasn't in my life except for now. I'm currently no contact with him. But before all of this, my dad has always been there. And I've witnessed a lot of the horrible things that he has done to women as I was growing up. And a lot of the things that he has done to women has happened to me. And a lot of it was unavoidable. I've tried to avoid bad decisions. It followed me. And I hold myself accountable for the things that I did have control of. But let's be honest. Sometimes it's just some of the fucked up things people have done. And it has affected you. And the things that my dad has done to women that hasn't happened to me, it happened to his other daughters, my sisters. So if you're a mother or a father and you're out here moving funny, I want to let you know right now, that falls on your kids or your grandkids. Even if it skips your kids, just know that generations will come after you and it will happen. And another thing, spiritually, you don't know who you're fucking with. You don't know who knows who in the spirit realm. You don't know who's ranked who, where, what. You don't know. Be careful how you move out here.
Did y'all hear that? That really hit different when she said you don't know who knows who in the spiritual realm. I mean, think about it. Ancestors looking at the person that's doing wrong, like, I'm about to fuck you up because you messing over this person. You just don't understand that. Well, I'm sure you understand after watching that video. That was something, because it's really something to think about, thinking that, it could happen to either the kids or the grandkids, or even like, anybody. It could happen to anybody, that's around us or around, so we do have to be careful with even the men that we hook up with today, even the people, like men, the women that you hook up with. You have to think about that too. What type of generational curses could be there? That's why we have to be woke. You pick your partner, for the things that they're good people, but you don't know how they people are. You know what I'm saying? We don't know them folks. You can get to know them, but that's why it's good to get to know them first. Let me meet your family. Let me see who all crazy in this family. Who done did some time in this family? Like, who doing this? Like, because that's some things to know. That is some things to know. Because, baby, for real. But we're going to look into now this other video that this lady, she's talking about choosing your child's father. Being careful with choosing your child's father, because you don't know what's going on with these folks. And then we be, wondering why some of the children always getting into something. The teacher always calling because somebody doing something in the class. Every day you getting the phone. This is what she's saying. But we're going to watch. I'm not going to say everything she said, but we're going to watch this and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Because, baby, we got to think twice about who we hooking up with. And we got to learn how to break these generational curses. For real. If it's already done, we got to break this shit. For real. We got to step in. We got to step into our power, honey, because we some powerful human beings. For real. Let's watch.
Real talk. Be careful who you have a child by. Now let me explain though. I'm gonna tell you why. Have you ever met somebody's family, somebody you was dating, whatever, and the mom or the aunt or the uncle was just off the chain? They said crazy stuff and you like, what the heck? Where'd that come from? Even though it's not the person you're dating, that's their blood family. That's the family tree. You understand what I'm saying? Roots run deep. Now you dating somebody and they showing signs of that craziness. Mad inner demons, mental health, all that. Or maybe, like I said, a grandmother, an uncle, whatever. Or you got family members doing time for murder. Come on, y'all. Seriously, y'all think that's cute, that's attractive? Then you get pregnant by the dude. Now your child come out and got a whole heap of problems. Highly disturbed. Child highly bouncing off the walls. Teacher calling every day, sending home letters. When you sow into that family, when you have a seed by or impregnate somebody, you sowing into that family, into that family tree. Every curse, every generational demon, please understand that. If I could go way back, and what I know today, I would have been careful who I select. Because if you don't have that spiritual authority and that wisdom to clear them generational curses and clear that karmic debt, them past lives, all them demons that's attached, and be able to teach your child how to protect themselves, That's something they have to live with and deal with. So be wise in who you lay with. Because sex is spiritual. It is an intimacy. It is deep. And creating another life is even deeper. Understand, when they say you are unequally yoked, that's real. That's a real thing. If you have healed your spirit and you are ascending, but yet you still dating the man that is living in his pain, operating in his lower self. He in hell right now, but you in heaven. What type of child you think you getting ready to create? Peace.
Child, that gives us a whole lot to think about, right? I don't care who it is, whether you're male or female, makes no difference. We have to make sure we're not sleeping with demons, like sleeping with these fools that literally are living in hell and projecting, using you as a scapegoat because you have the peace and the joy of the Lord. You got all this goodness in your life, and they're taking that energy in, like, but they're still fighting demons behind the scenes. And when you create something from that, of course, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. Even with that being said, when she said when you're having encounters with your lover who is like that, they can transfer those things. You're going to start feeling like them because two coming together becomes one. They going to feel what you feel and you going to feel what they feel. And it all makes a lot of sense. So we got to be careful out here in these streets, baby. I'm telling y'all. And we got to learn how to break these generational curses. Because that's where they coming from. From those who have done things like that. When you think of it like that, it's like, okay, now I see what you mean by generational curses. Because some curses can come as sicknesses in the family. It can come as people that can't ever get you love, never be in love, never ever being, in a relationship, never getting married, money problems, things like that. And we have to look at it like, okay, this is because of this. Or this could be potentially because of this. Now let's break that shit. Let's get out of the cycle, y'all. We're going to get it. And tell me what y'all think about this, okay? Because this hit different. It really just opened my eyes to something bigger, like for real. What y'all think about it? Put in the comments and let me know, okay? And everybody that I have used, I will actually put their stuff in the description bar below so you'll know how to find their pages, okay? All right, peace and blessings. I love you guys. Mwah.